in that one. Please give a warm welcome to Terry, everybody.
Here we go now. Take it.
You look like Terry.
He's always looks serious.
I spent a lot of time with my mom. We would watch Jeopardy, Days of Our Lives, Sanford and Son together. I remember one day she said, "You want to take a ride with me?" I'm like, "Yeah, where we going?" She said, "To see a man about a dog." Now the reason why she said this is because this was something my grandfather would always tell me every time I asked him where was he going. And she knew that it made me laugh. So we get in the car, and we arrive to the destination, we pull up at a house. I look up at my grandmother like, "Where we at?" My grandma looked me in the eyes and said, "We're at your mom's house. I want you to meet her." Now, the reason I say my grandmother is because the whole time I had to believe my grandmother was actually my mother. And so she came around the car and tried to get me out of it. She spent a long time talking me into getting out. And as we got to the door, I seen my birth mom. And I couldn't accept a stranger as my mother. From that day forward, my self-worth diminished. From being physically abused, verbally abused, being beat with extension cords, switches. I remember my dad, he would always tell me, "Hey, your mom didn't want you, that's why she gave you up. You was a mistake. Your mom tricked me into having unprotected sex with her. That she was smoking drugs while she was pregnant with you. This made me feel worthless. I felt unloved. Made it hard for me to love myself. I dealt with these feelings by finding value within girls. They would tell me, "You were special. I love you. I care about you." This made me feel like I had value, like I was loved, like I was important. I held on to this feeling all the way up until the age of 17, when I was arrested. Then I went back to feeling like I had no value again. Being sentenced to life without the possibility of parole, which was a sentence that told me I was encouraged to be corrupted, I was irreparable, I was broken, that I would die in prison. I spent the first 10 years of my time believing this. In about the 11th year, I started to grow, change, and learn. On the 13th year, I finally had a conversation with my mother over the phone. And I hadn't talked to her since I was a child. She told me, "I wanted you. Your dad took me away. He took you away from me when I was little." He said, "You probably don't remember." She said, "I love you." She said, "I was never smoking drugs while I was pregnant with you." Then she said something I'll never forget. She said, "He got his nerves. He was selling it to me and would sometimes trade crack for sex." As I held on to the phone, I fought back tears. I just listened. I didn't know what to say. After I got off the phone, I beat myself up. Because that whole time, I've been holding resentment, believing that she didn't want me. So I continue to learn about myself, continue to grow, and reflect. I remember when my mom had told me, "Always remember this, I've always wanted you in my life." And she said the reason why I was unable to talk to you and reach out to you is because I couldn't. I didn't know how. And I was understanding because I knew how shame felt. I knew the power of it, based on all the wrong that I had done. And as I continue to grow, I realized that I have been searching for self-worth within people, looking for affirmations, going off what people would tell me. And I learned that self-worth is the value you assign to yourself. And can't nobody give it to me, just like can't nobody take it away. And after I graduated from college with my first 4 degrees, I told myself, mistakes don't make college degrees. And I continued to grow, and one day I earned my bachelor's degree from Cal State University, Los Angeles. And we had a graduation on the yard. This is the first time in history that the family come out into the yard. And I remember walking across the stage, getting my diploma, coming back to my seat, turning around, looking at my sister like I got this. And at that time, aside from finding myself, it was one of my biggest accomplishments. Today, I'm loving, I'm caring, I'm emotional, I'm empathetic. I'm working on my 8th degree, a master's degree at Cal State University, Los Angeles, majoring in humanities. Today I love myself more than ever before, and my self-worth is through the roof. Thank you.